All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about one of the most critical decisions your business is going to make, and that's choosing your data architecture. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but trust me, this is a strategic choice that will absolutely define what your company can and can't do in the future.
Think about it. Every single day, your business is generating just a mountain of data, right? You've got your standard transactions, all your customer info, but then you've got marketing images, videos, maybe even sensor data from your operations. It's coming from everywhere, and it's not slowing down.
And where you decide to put all of that stuff, it matters a lot. We're not just talking about storage anymore. This single choice is going to ripple out and affect everything. We're talking about your financial reporting, your operational speed, and, this is the big one, your entire future in AI. Get this wrong, and you're already behind. So, to understand where we're going, we've got to look at where we've been. Let's start with the original blueprint, the OG of the data world, the data warehouse. For decades, this has been the bedrock, the highly organized go-to library for a company's most important information.
A data warehouse is all about one thing: reliability. Its whole purpose in life is to power your business intelligence. You know, your dashboards, your weekly reports. It's designed to be that single, trusted source of truth by taking in really clean, structured data and making it super fast to analyze.
And the way it does this is through a process called schema on write. Okay, so what that really means is before a single piece of data gets in the door, you have to do a ton of work up front. You have to design this rigid structure, the schema. Then you have to scrub all your data clean and force it to fit into that structure. Only then can you load it in. It guarantees quality, but man, it's a lot of work. And that leads us to the classic trade-off. On one hand, warehouses are amazing for getting consistent, lightning-fast performance for your reports, and they have rock-solid governance, which is non-negotiable if you're in finance or healthcare. But, and it's a big but, they're really inflexible. Try to add a new type of data, it's a huge project. They get crazy expensive as you grow, and honestly, they were just not built for the kind of work modern AI and machine learning requires. So those exact limitations, that rigidity, forced a change. It led to the next big thing in our story, the data lake. You can think of this as the wild frontier, a direct response to a world drowning in massive, messy, and all kinds of different data. So, unlike that neat and tidy warehouse, a data lake is basically a giant, cost-effective storage pool. You can throw anything in there, structured data, unstructured data, you name it, and you just store it as is in its raw, original format. The name of the game here is flexibility and cheap storage at a massive scale. And the process? It's the complete opposite of the warehouse. It's called schema on read. What this means is, you just dump everything in first. Load all that raw data, no questions asked. Then, later, when you actually want to do something with it, that's when you apply some kind of structure on the fly. It gives you incredible freedom to explore. But here's the peril that comes with all that promise. Data lakes are a data scientist's dream. You can train AI models on just about anything. The huge risk, though, is that without really strict rules, your beautiful data lake can quickly turn into a messy, disorganized, and totally unusable data swamp. Finding anything in there can be slow, and you end up needing a bunch of extra tools just to keep it from falling into chaos. Okay, so on one side, we have the reliable but rigid warehouse. On the other, the flexible but potentially chaotic lake. This conflict basically led to the big question: can't we have the best of both worlds? And the answer to that is the most modern approach we have today, the data lakehouse. So what is a lakehouse? Well, the whole idea is to merge these two concepts. It's built on that same cheap, flexible storage you get with a data lake, but, and this is the key, it adds a management layer on top that gives you the reliability, the structure, and the performance you'd normally only get from a warehouse. This quote really just nails it. You get the speed and the strong governance of a warehouse, but you're running it all on the cheap, versatile foundation of a data lake. It's one system to rule them all. So how in the world does it actually pull this off? Well, it comes down to a few key things. It uses something called ACID transactions, which is just a fancy way of saying it's reliable and prevents data errors, just like a bank's database. It's also built from the ground up to handle both your standard BI reports and your heavy-duty AI projects on the same copy of the data. And crucially, it stores your data in open formats, so you're never locked into one vendor. That's a huge deal. Okay, we've gone through the evolution, warehouse, lake, and now lakehouse. So let's get practical. How do you actually choose the right one for your business right now? Let's turn this into a framework you can actually use. Let's just break this down real quick. The warehouse. It's still the king of BI reporting, but its big weakness is inflexibility. The data lake. It's perfect for AI exploration, but you're always fighting the risk of it becoming a swamp. The Lakehouse tries to give you both, a unified platform for everything. And while it's newer, it really does offer the most balanced approach for the future. So let's be clear. When should you still go with a warehouse? Simple. If your entire world revolves around critical, high-speed BI reports, if you're in a heavily regulated industry that demands proven governance, and if your teams just need that consistent, predictable SQL performance, a modern cloud warehouse is still an excellent, very safe bet.
And what about the data lake? Well, this is your playground. If their number one priority is just storing unbelievable amounts of diverse data for the lowest possible cost, it is perfect for exploratory data science and training those big AI models, especially if you have a top-notch data engineering team who can build the guardrails to keep it clean.
And finally, the Lakehouse. This is the choice for you if you basically refuse to compromise. If you need to run your BI reports and your advanced AI models on the exact same set of data. If you want the power of a warehouse but at the price point of a lake. Really, this is for anyone who is trying to build a modern, future-proof data platform that's ready for anything. So I guess that leaves us with one final big question. Your data architecture, it's not just a piece of technology. It is the absolute foundation for every single piece of innovation your company will do. And the question you have to ask yourself is your foundation built for the past or is it ready for the future?